I still can't believe that after all these years, you're still considered a friend of. Who do we have to talk to get you that full-time role? Because we need that.
Oh, wow, please. You had to ask Bravo. Who else did I have to ask?
Is that something that you're hoping for in the future? Is that something that you want, or do you kind of like this where you're at right now?
Well, I wouldn't be honest if I said I'm happy being demoted. Who's happy being demoted ever? You know, like I thought I was such a seminal part of the show, and I always brought it, love it or hate me. But I'm, honest to a fault. I think my life circumstances changed, and perhaps they were concerned that I wouldn't be able to bring enough on mostly my own, but I think I proved them wrong otherwise. So.
I was just going to say, you've definitely proven them wrong.
Yeah.
Well, I want to get into everything going on this season, but first I want to talk about that yacht trip. Yeah. You were a little bit overserved, which made for, some perfect comedy, which we always need.
No arguing for one.
Your bony knees, because they need it. Your wrinkled knees.
This bony ass got 3 husbands.
What was it like watching those scenes back for you?
I didn't remember half of it. It was crazy. I was like, what? I said that. I did all those things. I was, oh my God. I was like a little petrified in a way because it wasn't very nice. But I think I was bottling in a lot of emotions because I felt like Marysol was gunning from me from day one since we got back together for season 7.
You never shut up. You never shut up. You don't know how to be nice, man.
You don't know how to be nice.
Wait, we're not even.
You don't know how to stop manipulating everybody. Off your old whore.
Like excluding me from scenes and really not allowing me to film, and then I'm including them on my scenes, like when I do the Julia's baby shower, and just stuff. I thought we were good in a way, like we weren't like about to be besties again, but we were like good. So I was surprised, and I was very triggered by somebody saying I refuse to be in the boat with you. I was like, well, we work together, we're in the same group, and guess what? You were just at my event, and that was fine. You were there, so why can't like I was confused, and I was hurt and triggered and overserved, and one thing led to the next.
Well, what was it like to hear Julia say that you're not a fun drunk like Marysol in her confessional?
I don't know what got into Adriana. Adriana is a not fun drunk, not like Marysol. Adriana just turns nasty.
Again, have you seen the little polyp face? Like all the way up there. All the way up there. There's a new term in scientific terms. It's called the Julia polyp. Like, seriously, like, how can you be more up somebody's butt?
Speaking of Marysol, would you say that Julia's friendship with her and Alexia was the main reason for your fallout, or were there other things that we're going to see play out throughout the second half of this season?
I think the straw that broke the camel's back was what happened when I wasn't there when Julia threw the glass of water on Gertie at Marysol's 10th wedding celebration that I was invited to. I was not invited to. So now then I'm asked to have a position to which I wasn't present, and I don't like making very decisive moves, opinions based on something that I wasn't there. And I was trying to be friends with the both of them, and I was trying to bring them together. My position at that time was more of an altruistic position, saying, how can we find a middle ground and move on from this? That was my position. I don't think that happened. I don't think Julia was happy with that. So, and that was started to be the point of contention at this season.
Right. And you were one of the very few people to clock that, Gertie showing the text messages was much less severe than Julia throwing the water.
It is necessary for me to set the record straight by telling the truth and exposing the lies.
What?
Why do you think everyone else had such a hard time seeing that point of view?
Because some of these girls have this mob mentality, meaning you have to just agree to whatever the mastermind is telling you. And I'm not like that. I use critical thinking. I'm a very, educated person. I like to make, assumptions that are based on evidence and are based on, warranted arguments. I'm not gonna just sit there and say and go on hearsay because again, I wasn't present. Right. And I believe that everybody needs to be heard and seen. So that was my position. I wasn't just gonna walk out and not have my own position because I know how to make my own conclusions. I do believe that you showing your tits on a wall, perhaps it wasn't the best time, but to me it's a lot less aggressive than getting a glass thrown in your face.
Definitely a lot less aggressive. Well, you've been super active in the comments section lately. Why didn't you buy Julia's apology to Gertie on Watch What Happens Live?
Because I believe that Julia is the worst actress of all of us. That wasn't very convincing. She's not getting an Oscar for that performance, darling.
Gertie, if you are listening to me tonight, I want to say I'm very, very sorry. Even though I apologized to you already, I understand that I caused you a lot of pain, and I'm very sorry for it.
It was so rehearsed and memorized and awkward. It was very awkward.
Yes, and you let it be known in the comments.
And then she apologized, but then 2 minutes later, she's saying, well, Gertie is the worst narcissist. And then the next question is, who Martina likes the least, and that's me. So I'm like, so wait, you just apologized, but then you threw her under the bus and you threw me under the bus. So what is this apology about?
Switching gears a little bit, I love to see you, Gertie, and Lisa out together the other night. Are you guys like the new Three Musketeers, would you say?
Definitely. We're the Miami's Angels.
And you revealed at the last BravoCon that you and Captain Jason Chambers from Below Deck Down Under went on a couple of dates. Yeah. He went on Watch What Happens Live, I think it was a couple months ago. He said nothing happened between you guys, but there were a couple of dates. What's your response to that? What do you remember from your time with him?
No, nothing really happened. And I said that, that nothing really happened. And I wasn't shading him. I was just saying the truth. He came over to my house a couple of times. One night I cooked for him. The other night we went out to a Brazilian place. They had live music. We danced. We had fun. And then on the third date, we went out to the walk by the water and we kissed under the moonlight. It was pretty soft and sweet. And it wasn't aggressive. It wasn't anything like, I have, a good feeling of it. I felt like I think that girl, Scheana, got in the middle, and because I said it at the filming, in the van, she's already texting him and spinning in a different way. And by the time it got back to him, it was said in a negative way, but that's not how I meant it.
Right.
I meant like say, well, we had a good time.
And I also heard that you're pursuing a master's degree from Harvard. Can you tell me a little bit about that? Because that's amazing.
Yes, thank you. Yes, I'm pursuing a master's in psychology, with a lot of emphasis in neuroscience, brain mechanisms. Most specifically, I'm going for, I don't need to get into the technical scientific part, but yes, I'm pursuing a master's at Harvard, and I graduate next spring.
That's
Hopefully
awesome.
We'll see that graduation the next season.
Yeah.
Where I can invite the girls, be a Miami mom in Cambridge.
Yeah.
And you guys are gonna see me walk Harvard Yard cape and gown.